Didn't you get back from Hawaii with that shirt on, Romeo?
Oh no, I actually,
that's right.
I actually couldn't afford to go to Hawaii, but so
you
I went to Burwood and bought a Hawaii shirt.
It looks good, man. It looks good. So
later on, I'm joining the Congo line.
Let's get into it, man. Unfortunately, we had our Prime Minister say his little speech a few days back. But before we get into the heater stuff, the more juicy stuff, let's go what you did a few days back, man. You wake up in the morning and you had a revelation, man. What happened?
Nah, it's I didn't do anything, first and foremost. I'm a little bit, like my wife tells me sometimes, you're a spastic. But that's all right. Friday night I was at home with friends over, and they left about midnight, and I just said I'll go fill up some diesel in my ute, and I pulled up at the servo and saw these cheap bottles of water. So I walked in, I said, give me $200 worth. I was going to drive down that night, but my wife talked some common sense into me. She goes, where are you going? She goes, just sleep. So I woke up at 6 a.m, did a quick post and jumped into the ute and took off. And just before I got onto the M5, I got a message from a gentleman called Hassan.
Shout out
Top
to
bloke.
Hassan.
Yeah, thanks,
man.
bro. I haven't forgot you.
Yeah,
You're an
man.
absolute legend.
Awesome guy, man. God bless your family.
Yeah, so basically he said, what are you doing? Where are you going? I said, that's what I'm doing. I'm going down to drop off $200 worth of water. He goes, I'm coming too. So I met him at the local petrol station where I filled up from. And we loaded up, I think he loaded up 50. And we followed each other down there. Had no idea where we were going. But that's the story of my life. I've never had an idea where I'm going in my life. So, and it worked out for the best. Met a lovely lady called Paula from the Communal Pantry. It's like a shop down there, and you can go in and, get what you need. It's the community supplies it, donations and stuff like that. Wonderful woman. And guess what? She's a vegetarian, and she's just wonderful.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I couldn't believe it.
Did it shock you?
Well, she said to me, I don't eat meat. But she had bacon and eggs in the back of the ute.
So
in the back of the van.
She handles it, just doesn't eat it.
I said, I like this woman.
Oh, nice. So she doesn't discriminate.
Yeah, she's independent. She's free-willing. She doesn't listen to the media and these freaking idiots that, super glue themselves to the floor.
So what's it called, that thing? Is it called
Communal
the
Pantry down in Bargo, 222 Great Southern Drive in Bargo.
So you can go down there, drive and drop some supplies?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, let's talk about that so we can get people informed if you want.
They're after blankets now, pillows.
Yeah.
If anybody, I'm organising that. I've made a few phone calls, but we need a lot. I saw with my own eyes, they're exhausted, man. These fireys, they come back to doing shifts. It's the front line. I'm grateful that that they're coming back. It broke my heart. What made me go down there is we all go to work, and we're grateful to come home to our families every day. 2 men never came home.
Yeah, that was Jeffrey Keaton and Andrew O'Dwyer.
Yeah.
And they were 32 and 36. I'm 33, so I'm just starting off my life pretty much, but it's devastating they didn't get to go back to their families. They have children as well.
Yeah, and I don't want to get into the political part of it, but let's just talk about humanity-wise. They're not coming home.
Exactly.
They'll never hold their kids. Never hug their wives. That's it. For what? For their family. They were fighting for their family. They never came home. And that tore me apart, And that's why I did what I did. And I met Paula, and I'm going to continue to help Paula. Now we're after pillows and blankets.
Do they still need eye drops and baby wipes?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. And if you can get it down to the Communal Pantry, 222 Great Southern Drive in Bargo, please do.
Can you explain to us, or explain to the people what's the baby wipes for and the eye drops?
Well, we're in a level 2 water, aren't we? Isn't it? Yeah. Well, they're not going to go home and have a shower. They come back and there's soot in their eyes. They're pitch black. They're bloody charcoal, and they've got to wipe their face and clear out the garbage that's in their eyes and in their nose and in their ears. And baby wipes is,
Best solution.
Yeah.
If people didn't catch that, they're actually using baby wipes because they can't use the water because there's water restrictions. So it's not just the fire.
Even the eye drops,
Yeah.
clearing out the the gunk that's in your eyes.
And just add to that, just let everybody know what's the living conditions like that for them, for the fighters, for the volunteer firefighters, for the people that live around there.
They're fighters. It's pretty bad. I mean, my phone camera, mind you, guys, stop believing about these. I've got the Butte camera. They're all rubbish. They couldn't actually show you. I was so upset because I couldn't show you exactly the thickness of the smoke.
You could see it in the sky, like it was white, or like all like grey white, like all over the place. But when you were driving, it looked pretty clear.
Yeah, but the truth was, I couldn't get to full speed. I wanted to go like a bat out of hell, but I couldn't because the visibility was so bad. Yet the phone didn't portray that, and the people down there are scared. Of course, they're going to lose everything. And I was told one of the volunteers that I met down there lost his home while he was helping other people. All right, I spoke to one of the fireys because I rocked up to Picton RFS, Fire and Rescue, and they just jumped. The sirens went off and they took off like crazy. And I was just able, And I stayed back with Chris, and he let me into the command center in that unit with all the computers, and he showed me the fires. It's war. It resembled like. You've got two oppositions. The fire is one army and the fireys are the other. And it's spread like it's World War One. It's just trenches. It doesn't stop.